Since the beginning of time, there's been two questions that need answers. Number one, is that jelly? Because Jim don't shake like that. Number two, how in the heck did Aston CEO bank over seven figures online in this business with just one digital product doing a little over 900K? Well, I can answer one of those two questions for you. First of all, stop asking if it's jelly or Jim and just appreciate the shake. And second of all, content drives sales. And I'm going to just give you my content strategy so you can use it. Now, look, I'm so serious when I say that content drives sales, and there's a lot of entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs that are making content, but they're making the wrong kind of content. And it's only going to take me about 5 minutes to break down the three types of content that you need to make. I've made over seven figures with this stuff. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you obviously don't want to make seven figures. So just keep on making the wrong type of content and generating those sales. That is okay if that is what you want to do. Completely fine with that. But you need to split up your content into three separate pillars. And all that a pillar is, when you think about it, it's just simply a bucket. So anytime you hear me say pillar, just think of a bucket. So you need to have three separate pillars of content. These are just going to be little buckets here. And the mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs are making are that they think that they are creating content buckets or content pillars when they're really not. So a good example of this is, say that somebody is in the fitness industry, for example. Somebody's in the fitness industry and they'll think of topics to create content about, and they'll put them into separate pillars or separate buckets. And it'll be, let's say here, they're going to talk about diet, then they're going to talk about workout routines, and then here they're going to talk about rest. And then this will be their three content pillars. So they're like, okay, here, all my content is going to be about diet, food, nutrition, hydration, stuff of that nature. Here, they're going to say, okay, I'm going to talk about workout routines, fitness schedules, what to do, exercises, stuff like that. And then here, they say that they'll talk about rest, recovery, sleep, stretching, stuff of that nature. And then they'll just move around these different quote unquote pillars. And they're like, oh, I have a content strategy because I have the three things that I need to talk about. And I'll be known for fitness. And that'll be the only three buckets of content that I talk about. Well, they're kind of right, but mostly wrong. The three actual content pillars that you need to focus on are this. And you need to think about this with a marketing brain. If we're entrepreneurs, we need to be thinking business. And that's where most entrepreneurs are failing, is that they're not thinking business first. They're thinking business second, and they're thinking content creation first. They need to do a complete 180. So when I create any type of content, I create my content with a paid advertising mind. I create content with my paid ad mind. And just to give you a little bit of info about my background, I've spent over $100,000 in a single month's time on paid advertising. This is not about paid ads. I'm not telling you to run paid ads. You actually don't even need to think about running paid ads, because this works a lot better than paid ads. And I'll get into it at the end of the video on why you don't even need to think about like paid ads at all. But the three pillars that you actually need to focus on are this: tofu, mofu, and bofu. And I know this might not make any sense to you right now, but it will very soon. Because I know tofu, it sounds like some nasty stuff that's supposed to be healthy. And mofu sounds like, oh, you mofo, you mofo. But tofu stands for top of funnel. Mofu stands for middle of funnel. And bofu stands for bottom of funnel. And you need to treat your free organic content like an actual marketing funnel, because that's what it is, because this organic free content is going to drive the traffic to get sales for you. So if we're thinking of these three buckets or pillars of tofu, mofu, and bofu, and we need to think of these as a funnel, because that's what it stands for: top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. So if this is going to be our funnel, then we're going to separate our funnel like this: tofu, mofu, bofu. Top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Another way that you can think of these three pillars, instead of top of funnel, think cold audience, middle is warm audience, Bottom is hot audience. These are going to be our 3 buckets. These are going to be our 3 pillars. And we make different types of content for each actual pillar, because on each level, the viewer is going to have a different level of awareness to us. And we need to be speaking to those people at the level that they are meeting us at. So our top of funnel content is all about awareness. And that's it. This is the content where we're having a cold audience, people that are not familiar with us, people that are not aware of us, and we're making content just to get in front of them, simply for awareness. This is our content where we're saying, hey, look at me, I'm over here, look. But where most people are failing miserably is that they're trying to get everybody to look. That's why they can't get anybody to look at them. You don't want to become aware to everybody. You don't want to become viral. Actually, in this game, becoming viral is one of the worst things that you can actually do. Because here's the thing, when you go viral, or when you have the mentality of trying to go viral to get really, really super popular and all that stuff, you're shooting buckshots. It's like you got a shotgun and you're shooting buckshots, and it's spraying wide. Versus with this strategy, and if you have a top of funnel content strategy to get in front of a particular person or your prospective customer, instead of shooting buckshots, you're shooting with a sniper rifle, and you just pew, 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 and you're shooting direct instead of aiming for everybody. So this is why, and I've mentioned this on the previous videos, but I just shortly get into it here. You need to build an avatar profile. In your avatar, this is your target customer profile. This is not plural. You need to get really, really specific and go deep out on building an avatar profile, and all of your content is only going to be speaking to that one person. What most people do is that they pick a niche, where no, a niche you can't get seen. You need to speak to a particular person within that niche, and then you'll be shocked to find out how many more people fit that profile that you built. That's how you actually get customers, because that's how you actually get people to see your content, because you're making that content for that one person. So I had some type of fitness product or service. My top of funnel content is not going to just be some type of fitness content, right? My top of funnel content is going to be fitness content for single women who are busy, that has a child in elementary school or something like that, right? My fitness content is going to be for athletes that have knee pain. My fitness content is going to be for a busy working professional that is putting their career over their health, right? But I'm going to make content at my top of funnel to let them know, like, hey, I got what you're looking for. I got what you need. Look over here. And the best type of content to make for awareness is what I call value content. Value content is so key. And value content is where you basically just give your gift away for free. And a lot of people, they struggle with this. And this is why a lot of people struggle to actually make any money online. Because when I tell people that you got to give your best stuff away for free, you got to give your stuff away for free, then they say, oh, well, if I give all my best stuff away for free, then why would anybody buy anything from me? You got to understand this. The only reason that anybody will purchase or buy anything from you is because of what they've already gotten from you for free. I give all my best stuff away. And there's a reason why my free stuff is better than most people's paid stuff. And here's the thing about giving your gift away for free. It builds so much trust with people that they're like, dang, if I'm getting all this for free, what am I gonna get once I actually pay? And this keeps you on your P's and Q's, and it keeps you becoming a better version of yourself, and it keeps you on a mode of where you are forced to continue to acquire skills, knowledge, and information so you can stay ahead of your prospective customer, so you can continue to provide value for them. Because listen to this, and listen to me loud and clear, and I'm really, really serious when I say this here. If you are scared of giving your best stuff away for free because you think you are going to run out of content to talk about, then you do not know enough. And you need to get to the books, you need to get to studying, and you need to get to acquiring some more skills. Because as an entrepreneur, you should always be working on yourself, working on your skill set, working on your mindset, and working on acquiring skills so you can continue to level up. I know for a fact that I'm never gonna run out of stuff to say. How do I know that? Because I do this, and I know I'm not gonna stop doing this. It's like asking LeBron James if he is ever going to run out of information to talk about basketball. LeBron James can talk about basketball for 24 hours a day if he was able to, because that is what he does. This is what I do. I ain't gonna stop being an entrepreneur. This is me. I ain't never gonna run out of stuff to do. And I'm never gonna run out of stuff to do, or I'm never gonna run out of stuff to talk about, because I do these 3 things every single day. I work in public. I teach literally every single thing that I know. And I create every day. So if I work in public, teach everything that I know, and I create every day, I know that I'm always going to have new content to talk about. I know that I'm always going to have something new to teach. I know that I'm always going to have something new of value to add to somebody else. But getting back to this content bucket here. So top of funnel is all about awareness, value content, giving your best stuff away for free, giving your gift away for free. And just think about the consumer mindset. Now, all of us as consumers, include myself, we have become so used to getting stuff for free that we feel like we shouldn't pay for a lot of stuff. Like, I was shocked and appalled to find out one day, I tried to log on to Netflix and Netflix said, oh, you can't get on here because this ain't your password. I've been using my best friend's Netflix account for like 10 years. And then one day, a few months ago, it just said, nope, you can't get on here. I was like, oh, how dare you ask me to pay Netflix? Because I had gotten so accustomed to just getting it for free. Think about this. You're watching this video on YouTube right now. Think of all the entertainment. Think of all the education. Think of all the value that you get for free. Every single thing that you get for free comes at an expense for the creator that's giving it to you for free. Think about that. And think about all the free stuff that you get, from music to movies to YouTube content to free samples. You gotta start giving your taste tests. You gotta start giving them your best stuff for free. But this middle funnel content here, this here is where I like to tell stories, and stories sell. Oh my gosh, you can make so much money if you work on your storytelling ability. And one of the reasons why I say to work on your storytelling ability, because really the whole middle funnel right here is all about building trust. This whole middle funnel right here is all about building trust. And one of the ways that I like to build trust is by telling stories. The reason why I tell stories is because stories sell. And just think about this from a big business standpoint. I'm talking about multi-billion, trillion-dollar businesses, right? I study businesses in my free time. That's one of the things that I like to do, because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm in business. Maybe I should study some of these big businesses, see how they work and stuff, so I can see what I can grab out of their air from them and go ahead and bring it down here to me. And I'm telling you, it's applicable at all levels. So if we use somebody like a Nike, for example, right? Nike, they don't sell athletic apparel. Nike sells stories. Just think about all of Nike's biggest athletes throughout the years. Michael Jordan, they didn't sell brand Jordan by him just flying through the air with his tongue out, right? Because that's not relatable to a lot of people, and that wasn't relatable to a lot of kids. They told Michael Jordan's story, and then they attached the product to the man and his personal story. I grew up as a kid in the 90s. I remember all the stories and all the commercials about Michael Jordan, how he got cut from his high school basketball team when he was a freshman. That made us as kids be like, oh, Michael Jordan, he failed. So it's okay if I failed at this. One of my favorite Jordan commercials when I was growing up, he wasn't even in his basketball jersey. It was just him walking in a suit and a trench coat through the hallway in the arena. And it said, I failed at this, I failed at this. I had the ball in my hands this many times with the game on the line and missed. I failed at this, I sucked at that, blah, 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 blah. And that is why I succeed. Boom, then the Jumpman logo came up. It's the same thing for a Serena Williams, right? When she was with Nike. They didn't just show Serena Williams just hitting the tennis ball. They showed Serena working out with her pops Richard in Compton, in the hood, around game bangers when she was little. Then showing her ascension to getting the beads on the back of her braids and beating her sister, and then getting the Wimbledon champion. Then they showed the whole story of her becoming the best ever, best of all time, business mogul, sex icon, fashion icon, Serena. It's the story. Same as that thing. Tiger Woods, they didn't just show Tiger Woods hitting the golf ball. They showed Tiger Woods as a kid working out with his pops, all this, that to Tiger Woods. Then if you look at any of the late Nike campaigns that they showed with Tiger, they started showing Tiger and his son Charlie. So they showed that whole story arc, and then they showed his son Charlie right there with Tiger Woods because his son Charlie is a splitting image of Tiger on that golf course. All their mannerisms are the same. So with this second pillar of content here in the middle funnel, I like to tell stories because these stories, they build trust, because everything in business and everything in entrepreneurship, it comes down to this, to the know, like, and trust factor. People buy things from people that they know, like, and trust. So if we're here and we get people here on the top of funnel, once we get them aware of us, then they go down through this funnel. And here, the middle funnel, this is where we build that trust. There's no better way to build trust than by telling a story. But you don't just want to sit there and just tell some story like, well, it was a Tuesday and it was a cloudy and a rainy day. And then I woke up and then I went and did this, and that's a boring story. So I'll still give my value content, giving value or teaching about something, but the lesson that I'm giving is in the actual story. Which leads us to the third pillar of content, which is our BOFU, bottom of funnel. Remember, this is hot. They're already aware of us. They're already starting to trust us. We're starting to build our trust because they're learning more so about our story. Here on the bottom of funnel, this is just all about selling. That's it. Bottom of funnel, it's all about selling. I ain't got to get them aware. I ain't got to tell them my story. They already know it. And here we're selling. So the type of content to sell, you can just have straight up testimonials. If you don't have any testimonials, you have to be your own testimonial. I know, and I'm like this too, whether you want to believe it or not, you may not like to talk about yourself much. I don't really like to talk about all of the things that I have done. But I have to show people that I know what I'm talking about by showing them that it worked for me. Then I may not have to talk about myself as much because I have testimonials of other people that I can show that the stuff that I'm talking about, not only did it work for me, but it worked for them because I have testimonies. Look, you gotta stop being humble. Actually, fuck being humble. Nobody doing better than you will ever tell you to be humble. It's always somebody that's doing less than you that'll tell you, oh, be humble, be humble. I know you the son, but why don't you go ahead and stop illuminating everything so I can shine my candle a little bit? No, you gotta be loud, poke your chest out and tell people what it is that you do. Yo, this is what I do, look. One of my favorite basketball players, I don't know if you watch sports tonight, Steph Curry. Steph Curry, he looks like he's a great guy off the court. Looks like he's a great guy, family man, all about his faith. But in between them four lines when he's on that court, he is the most disrespectful, cocky basketball player I've ever seen in my life. He does not have problems showing people his gift. So if you don't have testimonials from other people, you gotta show people that you are the actual testimony. Get out of that humble stuff. When you doing what you do, you gotta be the best. You gotta talk about that. You gotta pump your chest a little bit about this. All right. Now, other types of content that you can make for this could be case studies, or you can do what's called VSL. VSL stands for Video Sales Letter. All of this will be great bottom of funnel content to make. But you already have people in your ecosystem because you're funneling them all in with the top of funnel content. You're hitting them, you're building that trust with the middle of funnel content, then you're selling with the bottom of funnel content. Once you get that down, they say get numbers coming in online in your business like all them that you see on the screen right now. And if you're ready to make more working less from stuff that you already know online with a digital product, go ahead and click the link down in the description. Join It's Credited at the top community. For weekly coaching from myself, all of my exclusive trainings, plus a private community of entrepreneurs, all designed to grow your business online. It's only $47 a month to join right now. That's less than a cup of coffee per day. So click the link down in the description to tap in, and I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. But this is all that it comes down to. Tofu, Mofu, BOFU. And when you think of creating your organic free content with this paid advertising mind of mine, I'm telling you, I was like, oh, I ain't even gotta run ads because this stuff works way more than the ads. And then you can start to create a system that works for you instead of you working for it. And system is an acronym, SYSTEM. System stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money. This content can be working for you every single day, 24/7, 365. I don't have to do that much work because I have many versions of myself all over the internet working for me and selling for me every single day because I have this content strategy down. So go ahead and click the link down in the description if you want to tap into the community. And I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. I didn't forget, I said at the end of this video, I will break down why you don't even need to think about running any paid ads. Check out this video. I break it all down on why you don't even need to think about running any paid ads. And I'm telling you, it'll clarify a lot for you. It'll be like, what? It's crowded at the top.